So last year I bought a new car and it came with a feature to turn on the climate control from the phone, which was cool and I was excited about it. But what I really wanted to do was turn it on from the wall-mounted tablet in my kitchen. So after some research and coding, I was able to make it happen, and I'll show you how I did it in this video. Alright, here's what it looks like. So I can walk up to the tablet and just click the Leave Climate button. Clicking that button sends a message to the car to turn on the climate control. It takes about 30 seconds from the click of the button for the climate control to turn on in the car. So the tablet shows an animation for about 30 seconds while it's waiting for the climate control to turn on. So as you see, after 30 seconds, the tablet indicates that the car's climate control is turned on. And here's what it looks like inside the car when the climate control is turned on. It's nice because what it ends up doing is retaining the climate settings that you had enabled when the car was last driven, which is nice in the winter because the heated seats and heated steering wheel will also come on in addition to just the climate control. In my case, I programmed the system to automatically turn off the climate control after 5 minutes, just in case I don't actually make the trip that I'm planning. And 5 minutes is usually enough time to get the climate I want in the car before I'm actually going to jump in and take the drive. But if I decide to turn off the climate control early, I can just click the button again and send a signal to the car to turn off the climate control. And inside the car, here's what it looks like when the climate control turns off. Alright, so the question is, how did I do it? I believe many of these car systems have APIs online that allow access to the remote features. In my case, I searched around and found an API, but in searching, I also found someone had already created an application to do the work. So I just used that application. It's written in the Go programming language, but the instructions to set up the application are all documented in the GitHub repository. I put a link to that repository in the description of the video. So I had to install Go on my server because I haven't used that before. So then I cloned the repo to the server and compiled the application. In the application setup, you have to create a configuration file with all the information for the car, including the VIN and the log on to the Nissan Connect application. So then I tested to make sure the commands worked on my car as documented, which they did. And once I confirmed it was working, then I customized my application to just make those calls to the commands whenever the tablet buttons were clicked. So my goal with this home automation system is to control all things possible in one interface. In this case, someone else wrote the code to do what I wanted, but that's not always the case. Sometimes I have to write the API interactions myself. But in this case, Joe Shaw, who created the application I'm using, was nice enough to share his work.